Join me in prayer, please. Dear gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity and the ability to be here tonight, dear Lord. We thank you for our great community, our great city, dear Lord. We thank you for you blessing us. We thank you for loving us, and we ask you, dear Lord, that we would seek your guidance in all that we say and do and think. It's in your Son's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Please continue to stand in the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, I'm so glad everybody's here tonight, and at this time, we would like to recognize our Miss Hospitality, Miss Abby Pitts. And also our little Miss Hospitality, Mary Mathis Frazier. One more time, one more picture. Grant, if y'all will, ladies.
Flags. Alright, so, here we go, thanks y'all.
Abby, you want to say anything, what club nominated you? And
Yes.
Yes, just thank y'all for having us here today and representing us in presenting. I was nominated by the Rotary Club, so I'm very thankful for them for nominating me, and I'm really excited for this next year. And I know me and Mathis are going to have a lot of fun representing Booneville. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all, we're gonna create some room here.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Thank y'all, Mark. See y'all.
Thank y'all. Have a good evening.
Thank y'all for coming.
Y'all.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. See y'all.
Have a good evening. Now we're gonna do a baseball game.
Can we go?
Well, if we hurry up, we can.
Taxes will be. Did you get it? I said, what? See ya.
There's one item we need to add to the agenda. It's the taxes on 107 Marietta Street. It's the house that was donated to the city, and we need to clarify those so we can remove those taxes and eventually demolish this house. Motion to add to the agenda? Jimmy?
Second.
I got Jimmy and Tara. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. We have a lengthy consent agenda. I want to point out item number D should be reimbursed for the city. We're going to be sending those invoices to the insurance company for the truck that run over the light pole. So item D should be reimbursed to the city at some point. And once you get through with the consent agenda, I'd like to ask for a motion and a second. Jeff? Second? Tara? Discussion on the consent. All in favor of the consent agenda? Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Ms. Pfeiffer? Miss Emily Pfeiffer?
Oh, I'm here for her.
Okay, come on to the front. The floor is yours, sir.
Okay. We had requested, for our church, New Lebanon Pre-Royal Baptist, we were requesting to use the walking track at the park for a March for Missions event for a color run. And we were just gonna come before the board and see if we could use that for our church fundraiser for a color run. All the stuff will wash away first rain or two.
Yes.
Just be some color out there until it washes away.
John Hill?
He's coming in the door.
Okay.
the door.
I just want to verify there's no conflict of schedule.
Okay. Yeah.
John, is there any conflict of scheduling for the color run?
No. We've already had it sort of tentative on there, so we should be good.
Okay. Motion?
Second.
Lavelle and Tara, discussion? All in favor? Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hope you raised a lot of money.
Thank you.
Mr. Jerry Crockett?
Yes. My motion was that my understanding they was gonna expand the gas line supply at Black Lane Community. I was just wanting to see, is that still in the progress of doing that? Now, my understanding it was going to be done last year, but it didn't get done.
Well, the process is there has to be a petition.
Mm-hmm.
There needs to be 10 individuals per mile to expand.
Right.
And I'm not sure, I asked Oscar this morning, or yesterday morning, about a petition, and he doesn't know about a petition for Blackland. So do you know if there's a petition?
I don't know, but I can check them, so I just need to get that.
Yes, sir. If there's a petition from the citizens and it
Right.
requires 10 people per mile, then the city can, consider it.
Okay,
I'm not saying they will, but they'll consider it.
right, okay, all right, okay. I'll get that done then,
All
okay?
right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Crockett.
You can go by the gas and water office and pick up a copy of that petition.
All right, thank you.
Next, under the department reports, Ms. Sharon.
That first item, we just need to remove.
Okay.
Remove.
Just remove it, Daniel. Strike it.
Yeah, strike.
Next item, just stricken from the agenda. Next.
And the second one is, the bids that we missed opening in the last meeting, and they're just for oil changes.
And let me clarify what happened. Bids were brought in and given to someone else in the office. Sharon didn't know they were here. Halfway through the meeting, last meeting, she said, we've got bids, but we were beyond the bid process and we were into other business. So I just told her to hold them. I discussed it with Daniel the next day and he said, just bring them up tonight. So these are the bids from, left over from last board meeting. So bids for 15A, it does not say who it's from. It's just stamp received.
Six-
15, what'd I say?
15.
Maybe I'm looking at that.
Was there
15A.
Was there one for 16A? We have
There is.
16.
I'm sorry, going to the next item, they're not in order. 15A is before 16A, so it's the next item that I'm opening now. This is for full service oil changes, just regular oil, not synthetic oil. Full service oil changes from Castro Auto Services for $44.99. Additional quarts of oil beyond 5 quarts is $4.50 each. Now, I do not have an insurance form, so we'll have to approve this pending insurance.
Motion pending insurance.
Second.
Okay. Now, go back one, 16A. I didn't realize they were out of order. Same thing, no name on the outside of the envelope, 16A. Castro Auto Service Center, 16A, full service synthetic oil changes with 5 quarts of oil, $49.99. Each additional quart, $6.50 per quart. Pending approval of their insurance or receiving of their insurance. I'm sorry. $49.44, $49.99, 5 quarts of oil, $6.50 per quart after. Got it? Pending them giving us their insurance form. Motion? Second?
Second.
All in favor? I didn't write that down. You got all that? Is that it, Sharon? All right, moving on, Ms. Lori.
How are y'all?
Recently, this goes along with what I'm presenting to you tonight. We had Capitol Day in Jackson, and Mississippi Main Street lobbied for us part of the ARPA money, and I know that I've mentioned that to you before. So basically, some communities under 10,000 in population received $100,000 grant, and then our grant funds. And then if you were above the 10,000, you received $125,000. We, of course, will receive $100,000, and our board has met, the Main Street Board. Also, I brought this for you because these were given to us from at the state level. You can pass those around. Those are numbers from Mississippi Main Street in 2022 of what has been done just with Main Street projects through 48 different communities across the state. And if you will look at those numbers and how much investment has been put in private entities and also in public improvements, that just kind of gives you what type of basis we're trying to do here in our city on a smaller level. I say all that to say this. At this point, we are ready to move forward, and I'm going to give you all a copy of this because this is going to be phase 1 of what we plan to present to Department of Finance and Administration as our project to use the ARPA funds, because as y'all, the city has regulations and restrictions on that money, so do we. And that has been So what we have done is basically constructed a site plan, which will be there behind the historic depot. And as those are coming around, you will see we have drainage issues back behind there, so we are addressing those issues. Also, the older landscaping will be removed and we'll have new landscaping put in there. There is no accessibility from the parking lot there across from Mr. Tucker's office, and we will be putting some type of handicap accessibility ADA across Truman Street. That way, when we have events there, you can safely cross that. That will be lit up, and aesthetically, we will carry the lighting that's in the downtown now all the way down there to make that carry on over too, which to me helps the revitalization that we are trying to do on the east side of town. We are actually there at the railroad tracks where we're east and west, so, you know, that's gonna just help everything. So this right here, of course, is phase one. If you'll turn over on your back page, you can see that we exceeded, which we knew we would, Main Street Board, the 100,000. So what we are planning to do is to use 100,000 to match that out of the tourism with your approval, to move forward with this phase one. So that is the resolution that I present to you tonight. Also, I know that you've seen this in the past, where there are other grants that we are seeking. This right here, and I've passed this around before, but I did make you a copy. This is so we can allow this as a gathering space down there behind the depot. Anyone can use it. It'll be another park area for us, for our community to use. We can have bands on the back porch. The car show will still gather there every third Saturday. We can do the winter activities that we had this past holiday season. Also in the spring, we plan to incorporate a larger farmers markets because we're reaching out to USDA to get some things done there. So we plan to expand that. Also remember, when we use the triangle, we're blocking off more than one street. Down here, we're blocking off one street. So this is going to be a great space that we can all gather and do that. So I guess my first thing would be to get your permission to move forward with this phase one of this project with us using 100,000 to make that happen with the ARPA money.
Motion.
Second.
Motion, Lavelle, Carolyn. I'm sorry, I was looking at these plans. I'll look at those plans. All right, any more discussion?
Sounds great.
Jeff, you haven't had a chance to look at it. Carolyn, y'all want a moment to look at it, or are y'all ready to move forward?
I didn't vote on this, I mean,
Okay.
it's on paper.
All right, all in favor? Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Okay, so with y'all hearing about phase one, I cannot leave without you hearing about phase two. So phase two will be this that's coming around to you, and that will be to make that look aesthetically correct there next to the depot area. When we stop there with the handicap accessibility, I'm gonna let those come on around. We will continue the landscaping on up back there behind. Daniel and I have spoken, Mr. Tucker and I have spoken about him even possibly getting with us and partnering with us on getting additional green space added back behind his office. Improvements to that parking lot for handicap accessibility. There are actually no handicap accessibility at all to that parking lot. And also the sidewalk that adjoins the, across Truman Street, that, as you can see on that other side, we would have a crosswalk there for safety. And that would be well lit as well. So this right here, and then as you can see, there's a budget attached to that. Also, I would like to go on and say, we realized after checking on that we do not own that property, that the county owns that property, but they do let us utilize that property. So we have a MOA from them signed, Mr. Matt Murphy and them signed it. I've let Mr. Tucker review this, and he was, Daniel, am I correct to say you were good with the verbiage? But this would have to be approved by the board and signed by our mayor for us to proceed. Now, I will tell you this. We are searching, I met with North Mississippi Planning and Development. We're searching out other grant opportunities to help us finish this product. We're not saying all of this would come out of tourism. But we're saying to get it done as one large project and check it off our list, we would like to continue and just do it all at one time. That way construction is complete, we can move forward. That's what my board has presented to me to, for y'all to review. And I'm gonna leave that for the mayor to, review, cause Daniel has looked at that.
Are you asking for approval tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
Let's
for us to seek out any type of bids or grant opportunities or anything, we need to know if we can do phase two.
Well, phase two is not on the agenda, so can this wait till next week?
Well, but it's all through the same project. It's all under the ARPA,
Okay.
yeah.
We should have just outlined it, put phase one and
Okay.
phase two, I'm sorry. Confusion on the agenda, it's a two-part thing. So motion to add to the agenda approval of contract with the county. Is that what I need? to
Phase
word?
2 of phase 2 of the depot project.
Phase-
Motion.
Thank you.
Okay,
Second.
Jeff and Tara adding to the agenda. All right.
I apologize for that mix-up.
I'm sorry, that's all right. Back to the bag. Give me 1 second, y'all. If I don't write it down, I forget it. All right, moving on, Charles.
We've got to prove it now.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Motion to add to the agenda.
Oh, we added it.
We added it, we
Yeah.
made a motion.
Well, we usually put that at the end. You wanna go ahead and do it now?
Might as well.
Okay, motion to approve phase two.
Motion.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Pose same sign? Okay. That's the
Thank you,
reason I was
and
writing, I
I'm
was
sorry
adding it
about
to
the
end.
confusion.
It
Thank y'all.
does need to say phase, it needs to say approved memorandum of understanding.
Yeah, I'll make that motion. And just so y'all know too, as far as, what Lori and I talked about, the area that's above that, you see where the new concrete is and the old concrete, all that's gonna be removed, and that's gonna be a big green area with picnic tables and some sitting areas, and I'm gonna do that. So,
That's good.
All right. So let me scratch my notes to add to the agenda at the end. I'm sorry, I was adding it to the end of the agenda. Charles, come on in.
Hope everybody's well tonight. We're here to discuss the 5 properties on the list. And so to refresh y'all's memory, this is continuation from July the 6th of 2022, these 5 properties that are left.
We gave them plenty of time to get them cleaned up.
You're exactly
Ain't
right,
no
sir.
more waiting.
You're exactly right.
Treat everybody right.
The first one is 301 Park Street. I think Mr. McGirt, I don't know him, but I think he's here to speak for himself. He has been represented by Mr. Cross in the past, his neighbor, so I'll let him.
I'm the original property owner. So Mr. Cross, he is trespassing. When I do leave here, I do plan on going to file criminal charges against him.
I just want you to understand, he came to the board and told the board that he was in negotiations with you to purchase it.
That was about a year ago.
Okay.
We haven't finalized anything, and I haven't received not one dime of no type of rent or anything from this man.
Okay. And it's our understanding somebody is living in the house.
I don't have prior knowledge of that, but I'm getting a lot of things, and I don't wanna be tied up in nothing, so the reason why I'm here tonight is to not only see what I need to do to recoup my property, but to also go meet with Booneville Police Department and whatever's going on to get it taken care of.
I'll just let y'all know, this is a picture of the property today, and it
And I have been reaching out to
hadn't
several
changed since
people.
July.
I don't know what steps I need to take to actually retain my property back from whoever invested in it.
if you have somebody living in your property and you haven't given them permission, you need to go ask them to leave, and if they don't leave, you can come up here and sign a criminal affidavit for trespassing, they will arrest them.
And Mr.
And then it's your
McGirt, I talked to you
property.
2 weeks ago and told you that there was squatters, but we just couldn't catch them. And you said you was gonna come up and take care of it. That was 2 weeks ago, but anyway.
So if
Do y'all
anyone
want
can
to
point
give
me
him
in the
ample
right
time?
direction as to
This
what I need to do to get
attorney
my
right
taxes and everything caught up on my property, then that would be really helpful. When I leave this meeting, I'm gonna go ask this young man to leave. I'll give him to you tomorrow.
That would be between you and the
Yeah.
police.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, Dan.
That's right,
correct?
it is, that's right. Yeah, give them as little or as much time as you want to, it's your property. And, they don't comply, then press we can sign an affidavit for criminal trespassing.
Now, does the board want to give him ample time to get all this done? Because the negotiations to purchase have fell through. Do y'all want to give him ample time to clean the property up and get it back in order?
Yeah.
So the
That's
motion
your
would be,
plan?
Yes, sir.
You're gonna restore the house?
I am. I originally wanted to sell it, but that fell through, so I'm gonna go ahead on with the restoration.
Okay. That'd be good.
would y'all like to give him 60 days? That would be 2 months. That would be the first board meeting of May, first board meeting of May.
Would that be good?
May the what date? Is it always?
Let me look at my calendar. It's always the first Monday.
Okay.
That would be May the 2nd. I'm sorry, first Tuesday. I'm out of it tonight. I ain't had no sleep lately. May the 2nd is Tuesday. I've been babysitting. I've been waking up in the middle of the night taking care of a baby, and I ain't used to it. Y'all gotta forgive me. All right, motion to allow this to go to May 2nd.
Motion.
Tara and Lavelle, all in favor? Pose same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
That David anything?
Next is 508 J Center Road.
508 J Center Road is Mr. Scroggins. He has been here before the board before and met with him this morning, looked at his property. He has got it all demoed and cleaned up, and he is ready to start reconstructing, but he is here to speak for himself.
And I would like a little more time like he said, all the bads got tore down and hauled off, but now I need to start rebuilding, and the weather's broke and finances have opened up, and I'm looking forward to really making some progress over the next few months. And if y'all would give me a little more time, I appreciate the time you've given me, and I'd appreciate it a little more.
Well, if it's cleaned up, just like Daniel's saying, we can take it off the list, being he is working on it.
I suggest taking it off the list pending he comes in next month and pull the building permit to start renovation.
Motion to remove from the list.
Motion.
Tara and Lavelle. All in favor?
But please don't let it sit and get started on it, cause there's complaints coming in on it, you know.
Okay.
About it. It's burnouts, and we've been cleaning everybody else's property up, and we gotta be fair to everybody, you know what I'm saying?
I understand.
Gotta get started on it.
Appreciate what you've done.
Thank you for working
All
on
right,
it.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, all in favor? Pose same sign. Thank you, Mr. Scroggins.
Thank you.
Next is 402 West Church Street. Charles?
That would be the Anderson Estate, and I think you and Daniel know more about that than I do.
Let me tell y'all, I did talk to
It is
Bill.
as it was.
I did talk to Bill Preston. He has tried to find people to tear it down. He cannot find anybody to tear it down. I forwarded numbers and stuff to him. I don't know where it stands right now.
But what we doing waiting? They pushing and tearing everybody else stuff down, why we waiting on them?
Well, they
Cause
sent
got
a letter
pocket
from,
full of money?
well, they sent a letter from their attorney saying that they were gonna get somebody, but we have not heard anything from them.
Other people come in and said, we need to wait on them, they had an attorney. We don't need to be waiting if they, I think we need to go ahead with the progress on it.
This is the blue
We need
building
to be
across from the
consistent
library.
all the way.
That's exactly right, be fair to everybody.
Motion to clean up property,
Motion to
Motion.
clean it up.
Jeff and Lavelle.
Like, clarify, clean it up.
Demolition of house and clean up property,
Okay.
Lavelle, Jeff,
Me.
is that
You do
good?
consider that,
Demolition, cleanup, grade, and sod.
but you do declare the,
I do declare the public means to public health and safety, yes.
Yes, across from the library.
Who's
All
that
right.
motion?
Jeff and Lavelle,
I made it.
all in favor? Pose same sign. Motion carried.
Take bids, okay?
Next is 100 Oak Street.
They got some of it down, ain't they?
Mr. Jeff, I got two pictures here. One was made on November the 1st and one was made yesterday, and there is no change.
Clean it up.
Motion?
And I did
Second.
talk to her today, and she said she would be here tonight, but, I've talked to her, but I wouldn't know her.
Motion to clean it
So
up.
the motion is to demolish the house, clean the property up, sod it, so forth.
Yes.
Jeff, Jimmy, is that your motion?
Yes.
All right. Discussion, all in favor? Next is 608 College Street. Now, this is the property that, William Scott came to us about, saying he was trying to purchase it, but they cannot get a clear deed, so he said move forward if the board wishes to.
Motion to move forward.
Second.
Demolish and clean up.
Demolish and clean up facade or whatever. Who
Jeff
seconded
and
that?
Tara.
Only thing he said was that just be aware that the house is absolutely full of stuff, so.
Whoever bids on it needs to know that.
Well, once that track over hits it, stuff is.
It don't matter then, does it?
That's it.
All right,
That
all in
stuff
favor?
becomes junk.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. John? Thank you, Charles, appreciate you.
Thank y'all.
As y'all know, we are redoing the Kidstown bathrooms, and we got to looking, and there's gas lines that are inside the bathrooms, and we, as a park commission, we talked about it and thought that it'd be best to get rid of anything that could blow up on the inside of the restroom. So we think that we can put a mini split and heat and cool that, where there's nothing but vents coming out. So that's what it is. Actually, it says a AC unit, but that's actually HVAC.
And price of 7 or 8?
The
We had a typo
park
here.
commission did 8,000 instead of 7 because we've got to run electrical to it.
I think we have to do what they're
Yes,
saying.
we have to
resolution.
do the same thing. So that was a typo, that should be 8 instead of 7.
Motion.
Second.
Okay. And I don't know if y'all have ever had a Vanguard heater, but they will make the room sweat, which causes mold and mildew. And what this will do, it will give ventilation and hopefully keep the bathrooms cleaner and nicer.
That's right. If you get a chance, come by and look at, they're actually something that I wouldn't mind my kids going into.
They're very nice.
Use.
Tile floor and everything. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. That's your resolution. Miss Lisa?
Good evening, y'all. Come to ask y'all to hire Miss Jackie Smith as a office clerk at the rate of $12 per hour, effective immediately pending drug screen. Ms. Smith is here with us today. She brings to the table a lot of customer service skills, money handling skills, office use of equipment and office skills. And she has one of the best personalities I've ever encountered. I think she'll be very good with customers, a common effect, and so I'm very excited about her coming on board. I want to ask y'all to approve her.
Motion.
Well, Carolyn? Discussion? All in favor? Opposed, same sign.
Thank you.
Glad to have
Welcome
you.
on board. Oscar?
Good afternoon. There's a Bo Burns is wanting gas out there at Marietta and on 5290. We do not have gas on this road, but we're going to have to make a directional bore. We're going to have to put casing, and we're going to have to run with the 2-inch. We're going to have to run 500 foot. The price around is going to be from $12,000 up to $15,000. That's just getting the gas over across the road. That's not including the service to the house. But this man's wanting gas, and I don't need to know if we need to go with it or. But it's going to cost right now. Without run services, $12,000 to $15,000.
How many customers gonna pick up?
Right. Well, you may pick up 4, but right now you're only going to pick up 1.
That's, I don't know if we can do that. We haven't been
Is
doing
it
it
just
for
running
nobody
under
else.
the road?
It's running under it because we got to go under a Highway 371 in Marietta. We got to have a permit. We got to have a casing and everything to put the gas line in there. And like I say, we'll have to let somebody else do it, because we ain't got nothing that we can't put casing under the road, and it will have to be contracted out.
Will this fall under the next thing about the 25 feet from the road?
In the past, y'all always gotten them to get together and see how many people would actually hook onto the
Yeah,
service.
that's what I was
Yeah.
just telling
Yeah,
him.
right
Maybe
now,
that's
there,
something that he needs to
Yes.
bring back and.
well, there's only
Is
one
this
right
going
now,
down the
but yeah,
street, or
no,
is this
it-
just one service?
it's just one service right now, unless somebody in the future wants gas, but we don't know that yet.
Can we table this and then?
Yeah, absolutely.
and then
Yeah,
let
it's
him
a
come
new
back?
house, it's a new house. He just didn't want, he wants natural gas.
David, what you think?
He went out and looked at it.
When I looked at it, I hadn't got a firm price on it yet, because we didn't go to any expense
We just-
on it until we get a okay from y'all to
Y'all,
say,
do
let's
you
go ahead
think
and
we,
do it.
if we go ahead and do it, that more out there would hook on? Is it more?
Well, what we have is we've got gas on that road way up on the other end, further away. And between this house, between this house and the end of the line up there are about 3 or 4 houses, so we would have to connect up through there on that road. But it's just an area, it would essentially be a service,
Are they
but it
want-
just happens to be a highway board.
Now, are they wanting to pay for this and us do it?
No, they didn't say, they just wanted to
Is
know
that
if
what
we
we
could
did
get gas.
with, the last young man that had the business in the house?
I mean, I can ask him.
Yeah, we need to find out.
We need to table this and get a
But
little
we
more
didn't,
information.
they wasn't a board with it, the last one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
we had to
yes,
go across
yes.
the
Yeah.
Yeah,
highway.
we'll have to go across Highway 371.
And we gave a certain amount of
Yeah,
money.
the last one was a board.
Yeah.
We said
Yes.
we would give 10,000 or something of that nature,
So that was a motion to table.
a motion to table.
Second.
But y'all want me to find out if they're gonna pay
Yeah.
some or pay it all, okay, all right?
All in favor of tabling? Motion table. And the
Who
next,
seconded the table?
I'm sorry, do what?
Somebody seconded?
Yes.
You,
The next two items are items that was on the last board meeting, and we gave y'all information to look over, and we put it back on this board meeting, and, we can go from there. Still under Oscar. This is the per foot.
Per foot and, going up on your price wise, cause we're going in the hole. Which y'all got, you said you sent them different things. Right now, as the cost right now, we're going 298, now this is $275, just a regular service. Right now, we're going $298.74 in the hole, right now.
And what's our charge right now?
At $415.03,
And at 415.03, we're going in the hole.
we're going, yeah, $298.74.
And what does this provide?
This provides everything, besides the meter deposit.
Okay.
But if we go up
It
to,
doesn't include any main.
no, it does not include no main, it's just, this right here includes up to only 300 foot.
That's what I was getting.
300 foot. After 300 foot, we usually charge them $1.07 a foot.
That's for new services,
That's for new services.
like if I build a new house, I will have
Yep.
to pay to get it hooked up.
Right now, you would pay the $415.03 with the $50 meter deposit. Then after 300 foot, it's $1.07 a foot.
Okay, that's gonna be the
That's
new.
out in the county.
Yeah.
Now, we've been doing in city, you only charge $415.03 with a $50 deposit. Then after 300, you get it free. That's what that's what it's always been.
Okay.
So we're considering it a charge per foot though, correct? That's what we're considering now?
Well, we're doing 300 foot right now. The 25 foot was copied from last board meeting.
Yeah, that's
So
more
change that to
water
300
part,
feet.
more
Right now,
water,
we're giving 300
and you
foot,
can't go
right?
with water and gas.
So that needs to be up to 300.
Yeah, 300 foot on the gas. And that's why I give you another proposal, if we dropped it down to 150 foot, we'd still be losing 96.74 for the other page that I give you,
Okay.
but the price
Y'all
of the
wanna talk about
meters
this
went up
work
too.
session? Motion to table.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor of tabling till the 13th, hopefully the 13th? Okay, motion table.
All right, thank you.
The next item also, same thing?
Mhm.
Motion,
Motion.
second?
Second.
All in favor of tabling? Okay. that'll give us more time to discuss it and look over it. Kenny?
I'd like to hire Hugh Harris as a seasonal employee to pick up litter at $11 an hour.
Motion. Second.
Lavelle and Carolyn, all in favor? Pose same sign. Motion carried. Anything from the board?
Yeah, me. John here?
John Hugh?
Yeah.
He made
Yeah.
it.
John, what's the update on the sign, fixing the sign over there at the
Lori is
Sunflower?
working on
I
the
think we
sign.
have it ready. John and I got together on the size that it need to be.
Okay.
And I think it's gonna be ready this upcoming week. The last discussion we had was who was gonna do the brick lane, I think.
And I told you wrong, Jeff. I thought that pole had been moved already.
No, it hadn't been moved.
It should be soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we called them today and they said it should be in the next week or so.
What about update on the basketball facility and the bathrooms?
All right, and I know this doesn't sound like a good answer, but it is hard to get anybody to do the architectural work on it. I've got 2 people working on it, and I pressed them about it, and they say they're working on it and they're close to estimates. So whenever I can get a true estimate of what it's gonna cost us, so we can talk real money.
And we discussed doing the not hometown hero, Blue Cross Blue Shield grant, and that deadline's at the end of the month. So,
But I've gotta know because here's the thing, if we're gonna put tops on them, you need to have all the groundwork done so that you can. And I think the park commission we sort of talked about, I think they're wanting to go in and put the tops on it, so if I can get the whole thing,
How long is it gonna be before they get some, 'cause I talked to a guy in Tupelo and he said it's simple to get people to come out and give a price on it, and he said it wasn't no problem for them to get it, so I'm just saying,
Well, if you'll
I
put
may
him
have to
in-
go to them and get them to call you about getting it done, 'cause
yeah. If you give me who that is, I'll be glad to, because I'm about ready to throw my hands up on these other 2 if they don't. I've been waiting since Christmas almost for estimates.
And another thing is the lighting. They practice over there, 'cause the fields are full on the west side of town, and they come over there and practice. So most of them said the lighting over there is bad, and which it is. I talked to you the other day about it. We got to do something about the lighting, because it's terrible. When I say terrible, it's terrible.
I agree.
And they using that park a lot over there, and we need to get the lights changed out. Where are we at on the lights? On both sides, on over there, and on the east side.
No, when y'all,
Sunflower.
whenever y'all are ready to pull the trigger, as far
We've
as
been dragging around
I
on
know.
it. We approved it to get it done, and then when they come in, we don't let them give us a bid on it. So what's going on? Because some of them kids gonna get hurt over there.
You're right. And we still have wooden poles too.
I know.
It's something that needs to be addressed, but, it's all about money, and when we decide to, or not me, but I guess when the board decides to.
Contact Jack Griffey at the car land. Now, when I leave, I give you a number. He said and I'm gonna talk to David too. He want me to talk to him, 'cause he said he been getting all kind of grant money to help with sewer line, water, and all that kind of stuff. He helped me with that grant over at the park, that $100,000 grant, and that's who got that. And David know him real well, and he know David, so he worked by contract work. He don't get paid a check until he delivers, so that's why he works so hard. You can't wait on everybody around here to get something done, 'cause they get a check every 2 weeks, every month. They're not gonna do nothing much. They do what the check pay for.
Back to the basketball court, do you know if they do the that they have connections with awning like we're gonna have to put up.
Yeah, no, I mean, they
There's
got
only
all
like
that. I talked to them.
four suppliers that
I'll be
actually
back
make
down
that
there in
stuff.
Tupelo probably Friday. I gotta go back Friday. So I'll get you some information on it.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate anything you can give me as far as, information on that.
But the lighting, somebody gonna get hurt and we're gonna be liable for it, if somebody over there get hurt. And you know, we letting them use the field, you know, the fields they belong to the city, and when somebody get hurt, it's on us. They complaining about it, and it's full every day over there, practicing on it, and the lighting is bad, it's terrible.
I agree.
So we gotta get something done. We've been dragging around on it. We done discussed it, how many times? 4 times, this make the 5th, and nothing been done. I mean, on either side.
I know what I've got an estimate of what it costs, but, I mean, I can't spend it until you approve the, pull
Put
the
that on
trigger.
the work session, Mayor.
Can I have that, please?
The lighting?
Yeah.
All righty,
Can
thank
I-
you.
Can I ask a question on that or no?
Well, we need to move on.
Okay.
We can discuss it at the work session. All right, anything else? Moving on, under the mayor's report, we did go to Jackson. We got a lot of good information. One of the avenues of getting funding to redo the sewer down the Church Street corridor is a cap loan. That's either a 3 or 4% loan, depending on whether it's taxable or tax exempt. But I'll have to have permission, and I've got North Mississippi Planning and Development has agreed to help us with applying for that cap loan. They say they do them all the time. And I've got some confirmation from the people who are over these loans to help us try to expedite and get these loans through. So at this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to allow the application for a cap loan for the Sewer Street project with a cap of $1.25 million.
Motion. We gotta do something, cause we can't drag around over there on the east side of town that's holding progress back. This one here's investing a lot of money, and we need to go ahead and make the
Can I
loan
get
on it.
can I get a second? All right, I'm sorry, go ahead, Jeff.
I think we need to go ahead and, we can't wait on, to get the money from Jackson. Whatever we get, we can use it, but right now, we need to go ahead and make a loan on it and not hold her up from the project, cause she got other people wanting to come in and rent from her, and it's hell up. We need to go ahead and just, I think the board do, and make a loan on it. Just go ahead and get a loan and fix that east side of
All
it.
righty. I will get with planning and development and get the ball rolling. All in favor?
Got a question.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Jim.
On the meeting that you had in Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
with action with the governor, the monies that was available, what did the governor say?
Well, the governor was not available for the meeting, so we discussed it with his chief of staff. I don't know what happened, he wasn't. I
But
guess
he
he
had
had
his
So
chief of
so
staff.
basically, all they need to talk about was grants too.
Yes. And we discussed with them different grants. One of them is small municipality loan grant, which is $150. That's not gonna scratch the surface for what we gotta do. And this is only touching a part of it. And I've asked David to triage the situation and figure out what is necessary and what we can do for $1.25. Any other questions?
Well, we gotta do something. We holding her up.
Any other discussion?
How long is the application process?
Well, they said they'd help us expedite it.
But they were real nice about, they really gonna help. It takes time, but they said they would help us, didn't they, Mayor?
Yes, sir.
They did.
All right, all in favor? Pose same sign. Motion carried. Next is to declare a work session for March 13th, and can we do it at 4:30?
That'd be fine for me.
All right,
Motion.
Jeff and Tara? All in favor? Pose same sign. Motion carried. And after the meeting, on our way to Jackson, David was telling me that the 5/8 and up for residential meters would not work because they have different size residential meters. And I think he mentioned that to a couple of y'all after the meeting. David, can you explain that and what we need to amend the motion to say and do?
I
And I give
can.
y'all paperwork at the first of the meeting.
It's
with
the
numbers.
same situation of all of the rate schedules that Lisa gave y'all last time. The bigger the meter is, the more the minimum bill is. So if you're looking at that little one there, you see that the
I gave them a copy of your printout.
yeah. But the one that Lisa gave y'all two weeks ago lists everybody and sewer and everything else. But anyway, this is just the 5/8. I mean, this is just the residential meters. And it is, the first rate is 2,000, the second minimum rate's 5,000, and the next one I believe was 8,600. And what's the next one?
12.8.
12.8, and then 32?
26, 39.2.
Yeah, 39.2. And the way those minimum rates are figured is you figure out what 39,200 gallons would cost me if I had a 5/8 inch meter, and that's their minimum bill.
So do y'all want to amend the motion to use these rates? Motion to amend the previous
Is it-
motion for this schedule.
Is this what we voted on last?
Now, last time we voted for 5/8 and
You
that's
just mentioned 5/8 and didn't mention any
But
other
we
meters.
going to the bigger meters today.
This is residential.
It's gonna include everybody. Everybody's got a meter from 5/8 to 4 inches.
Now, this is just residential people. Now, commercial, we're gonna discuss in the work session, because you're starting to get into industry and stuff like that, so we need to discuss that. But this will get the same rate increase that we've already approved for all residential customers.
Okay.
Now,
Lavelle and Jimmy, further discussion?
if you'll look at that sheet that she gave you, it lists residential, all the different tests.
That's
It lists,
that's the old, what's the new?
commercial, all the different rates. It lists sprinklers, all the different rates, sewer, all the different rates.
Yeah.
So it's all on that one sheet of paper.
And this is the same for water and sewer
Yeah.
for all residential customers.
On that
Be-
sheet,
be-
at the bottom, it has sewer, it's all sewer's the same rate.
Yeah.
And the sheet that I gave y'all last,
It'd be the same,
So we're increasing water
Yeah.
and sewer rates for all residential customers.
yes.
but that's what
Equal
we
amounts.
approved last.
We approved the small meter, the 5/8
Yeah,
meter.
that's what I'm saying, but we left the other ones out, now we just approving these.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm confused about, 'cause I knew we approved them last week.
Yeah, all we approved last week is
Was
5/8
5/8,
meters.
yeah.
This is going back and getting all residential customers.
Okay.
So it makes,
We'll have to come back if we do this and get commercial customers.
we're gonna
Well-
do commercial, we're gonna talk about commercial in the work session.
You did approve a sprinkler charge of $5.
That's right.
But you didn't.
Yes, they did, they did approve.
Yeah. that's separate motion.
But you didn't approve anything on the water rates
Yes,
for
they did.
sprinklers,
Yes.
They did.
didn't it?
Yes.
Was it in the minutes?
They went and talked to me. Yes, they did.
Okay.
Yes, it
Alright.
is in.
So this fixes all residential customers' rates for water and sewer, so everybody's the same besides 5/8 and everybody. All right, all in favor? Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next is the added item of 107 Marietta taxes. Motion, go ahead and explain it, Daniel.
Yeah, basically, I did a quick title search, and if we accept the property, we need to amend that acceptance to include paying the taxes from 2021 and 22. 20 is $336.82. 21's $1,311.44. 22 is $1,005.94. So to accept the property, we would have to be willing to accept and pay the taxes.
Motion.
Second.
Val and Tara, discussion?
Can we get that out of it?
Well,
We're gonna be squeezing that
we're
rag, but
gonna,
we get.
we're gonna
out
be
of it.
squeezing it, because it's $4,800 to tear it down.
Unless we do it ourselves. We'll go over there tonight.
We're gonna get close. I'm gonna say the
Make a
lot will,
motion that we,
Mayor, tear it down.
well, I ain't gonna say.
all right, all in favor of the items Daniel discussed? Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Motion to adjourn.
Wait, other business? Can I announce something?
Yes, yes.
Other business, just a general announcement. The board's asked me to do some research on the school board appointment, and I think, I've asked it be placed on the work session for Monday, which is now at 4:30, is that right? And I'm gonna be looking at proposing, if the board wants to do this, adding 2 school board members which would have to be minority school board members. In order to do that, statute right now calls for 5 board members. So to change that statute, we have to have what's called a local private bill introduced by one of our legislatures. And so I'll be asking the board to consider proposing that to one of our legislatures in writing, so that they'll have to respond back in writing about sponsoring that bill.
And also, I wanna congratulate the Booneville Blue Devils for their wins in Jackson. They done a wonderful job. Coach Smith was amazing with coaching, and congratulate them. Motion to adjourn. Val and Jimmy, all in favor? Motion